Needs a little bit more salt.
Captain, there you are.
What is it, Roz?
I'm so sorry to interrupt, sir, but it's urgent.
Spit it out.
I have news that there is new support headed our way.
Well, if that is true, then I suppose it is time for Support Report.
Well, hello there, my darlings. How's it going? My name is Craig, and welcome to another support report. It's been so long since I've done one of these, but I really wanted to cover this card. The card I'm going to be covering in this episode is Clashing Souls. This card has easily become, from the first time I read it, one of my favorite cards in the game. Top 5, without question, top 5. So it's a quick play spell card, and its effect reads as follows. If an attack position monster you control battles an opponent's attack position monster with higher attack, during damage calculation, the player who controls the battling monster with lower attack can pay 500 life points, and if they do, their monster gains 500 attack during damage calculation only. Here comes the cool part. Then repeat this effect until neither player chooses to pay life points. Neither player takes any battle damage from that battle. Also, send to the graveyard all cards on the field of that player or players whose monster was destroyed by that battle after damage calculation. Okay, so let me explain to you where my brain went the moment I read this effect. I immediately thought, Nurse Burn. Nurse Burn, Nurse Burn, Nurse Burn. Now imagine this scenario. You have your nurse out, and you have cards in the back row that burn. You also have Clashing Souls in the back row. Now, your opponent declares an attack on your nurse. You go ahead and activate some burn cards. Your life points are now bigger than your opponent's. It goes through the damage calculation, and you activate Clashing Souls. They have quite a bit less life points than you. You can pay way more than they can. You automatically win, and you send their entire fucking board to the graveyard. How insane is that? I've been doing some testing on the sim because I wanted to confirm how exactly the mechanic here works. It's not once you can pay 5 and then if you're not higher than your opponents, you lose. No, if you pay 5 and you're still lower than your opponent's attack, you can pay 5 again and again until you're higher than them, then they can choose to pay 5. And then it goes back and forth until no one can either pay life points or someone chooses not to. And because you're playing Nurse Burn, you're gonna have more life points than them because you probably burnt them a decent amount at this point. So you automatically are gonna win, so they know not to just keep paying 5. They know that they're fucked. I attack your monster. Clashing Souls. Pay 5. Pay 5. Pay 5. I'm now higher than you. Do you want to pay 5? If not, you're gonna lose and your entire board is going to the grave. So that's where my brain went the moment I read this card. I've been doing some testing. I've actually gotten into this scenario quite a few times on the sim. I've just been doing some testing for like the last half an hour. And this card works so good. Just watching your opponent attack you and activating like, I don't know, just desserts, getting them like 1500 below you, and then it goes through the damage calc because the monsters haven't changed. It won't cause a battle replay, obviously, because it's just they've lost life points. It goes through the damage calc, Clashing Souls. I'm gonna pay 5 a few times. I'm now higher than you. Your whole board is fucked. I'm gonna get your whole board. It doesn't even destroy. Your whole board just goes straight to the grave. If you have a big board, well, tough tits. So essentially, the player who has more life points is gonna win. Fucking A+ on card design. Now, I'm not too sure in terms of other applications for this outside of a Nurse Burn deck. Maybe in AROMAGEs because they can manipulate life points quite well. But I'm not too sure outside of that. I haven't had enough time to really think about it. Now, it's not the most consistent thing in the world. Definitely not. But it is quite a big card when it resolves. I mean, it can really just change the outcome of a game in a heartbeat. I mean, heck, even if you go second and let's say your opponent has played Upstart or they paid 1,000 with Instant Fusion and you have more life points than them, summon something, attack your opponent, that's a really nice board you have there. Hope you have something to either negate an attack, get rid of my monster before it goes to damage calc, or negate a spell because I'm about to fuck your face. I mean, I can even imagine playing into a strike or a warning on purpose so that they have lower life points, and then just summoning anything, attacking one of their monsters, and just dropping this card so you can basically wipe their board. The only negative to this card that I can really see is if your opponent has a ridiculously huge monster, so you have to pay a lot of life points in increments of 500 until you're below them, then it's not going to be so great. But if you only have to pay maybe 1,000 and they've used a strike or a warning, then bye-bye your opponent's board. Hope you didn't need that. Into the void you go! Whee! So yeah, Clashing Souls. This card is really fucking amazing in my opinion. It's not going to be consistent, it's not going to have the most practical uses in the world, but the effect itself, insanely huge when it resolves, and I just love the fucking idea of it. The card design here is phenomenal. Clashing Souls, I cannot wait until this card comes out. Anyway guys, as always, I appreciate all of you watching this video, and if you have any opinions on the card, let me know. I'd love to discuss it with you guys. If you can think of any cool practical uses for the card in a deck, let me know. I'd love to hear them. And as always, take care and duel on.